A bit of testing by the koi pond. Waiting for the ammonia check to come in. It's there. Nitrate is looking good. No, can't grumble with that. That's ready now to look at. So, yeah, it's hard to tell on this. It looks more of a, so I would say I'm at 5 ppm there. 5 ppm nitrate. I've already tested my pH with this pH stick and it was 8.1. I've checked the TDS, which many don't check for, but I'm using RO now and it's down to about 175 ppm. GH was 2 to 3, so I'm happy with that. Throw them a bit of food in because I haven't been fed today yet. So they're eating well, so there's nothing wrong with the appetite. But like I said, there's a little bit of flashing going on, and so I don't know whether that's just the general state of the water. pH is okay, GH is okay. So the thing that I'm checking now is ammonia. Nitrate is 5 ppm. So the plant filter is obviously keeping the nitrates down because they're feeding off it. They're taking the nitrates out of the water, so that's the end of the filtration. I've got mechanical underneath that takes out the debris. I've got this side, there is some where the bacteria is. The filter, shower filter has got bacteria in there as well, the beneficial bacteria, so the biological. The pond walls, there's nice green film on the pond walls. And obviously there'll be loads of beneficial bacteria in the pond, but you can get a mixture or a bad combination where you can get bad bacteria. So I may well have some bad bacteria in this where the debris is holding. Hence why I might be getting some skin issues. So there's 2 koi in the grow on pond that are down there. And then there's another one in here which has got its scales. That one there, that kahaku, got like some raised scales. So it's mainly raised scales, and as anybody that's had a koi carp with raised scales, they keep raised, they get inflamed, they get muck underneath, gets a bit jellified and a bit gunky, and then obviously their surface has been broken because obviously the scales and the skin protects them. And then you can get a break in the, what they call, I think, osmolality, sort of the balance between their internal organs and things like that and external. I've noticed that the chagoi is looking a bit grey filmy now. I don't know whether that's because it's got rid of a load of eggs. It certainly looks a lot slimmer. I mean, look at it. It looked, had a right belly on it. One's just flashed there, look, like a haku. So the results come in, and this is not showing any ammonia on this. So whatever the minimum reading is of this, it's not reading any ammonia. So there's no ammonia in the pond. So yeah, buggerlugs. pH is okay, it's stable as well. KH is okay, and that's stable because it's normally around about 2 to 3. Nitrate is okay. I've not tested nitrite, and I haven't done for a while, to be honest with you, because if you're not showing, my philosophy is that if you're showing ammonia, chances are you're going to have nitrite. So then you're going to have nitrate, because that's how the biological filtration works. That's the sequence of where it moves on to. So the chances of having high nitrite without ammonia, I think, is not going to happen. I could be wrong. So if that ammonia is 0, then I'm not going to test for nitrite, and I've not got, I think it ran out and something like that. But I don't find these as reliable, especially ammonia on this ATI. So there we go. I wonder, just had a thought, I wonder if it's the actual food, because I have actually got spirulina on this with flip-flops. I have actually got spirulina, like a spirulina on this, that I put in. You see the green? I'm just wondering if maybe that's irritating them, because it's like a powder. So I probably put a bit too much in there at the time. I just thought, you know, spirulina, it can promote colour, but I might have overdone it, so it could well be that. Sinking pellet, it's aqua sauce, and like I say, I put additional spirulina in and shook it around in there, and some garlic as well, garlic powder. So they're loving the food, obviously, but that's another thing it could be. So yeah, they're mad for the food, getting it down them. The bump on the Chagor's head, his is covering over now, which is good. I've had another look at the koi fry there in there. So yeah, other than what I've just done, it will be scrapes. Scrapes now. Checking the scrapes for parasites. Fluke, Costia, gill fluke, skin fluke, Chilo Janella. So yeah, I'm not going to do that today. I'll pick another day, get a couple of fish out. I'll probably hoover the pond bottom. I'll spend the day on it soon. Do the pond bottom and do some scrapes. But it's funny how it's sort of just not every koi that's affected with these type of things sometimes. Strange, really strange stuff. So, but often koi or parasites will jump on hosts that may be a bit weaker or more attracted to, so to speak. So I know that that koi is the one, I think, that just flashed, and it's probably flashing because of it, has got the raised scale. So obviously that raised scale is causing a bit of a annoyance, like an itch, and then, you know what we're like, if we get an itch, we scratch the itch, and that's all koi are doing. They've got an irritant and they're trying to remove that irritant and just get a itchy skin, so to speak, satisfied. And then obviously if they keep doing it, it can become red and inflamed. We know what it's like if you kept scratching the same area, they become inflamed and red, and then that's where they then get these secondary, what they call secondary infections, and then because their skin is being broken into, and then that's where then gunk and, you know, the nasty bacteria and stuff can start to settle on them and grow and all that sort of stuff. And then if obviously the skin opens up, you're then getting infections and things like that. And then if that skin has been broken into, then you can get internal infections as well. So yeah, this one's got a little bit of a mark on it as well, but it seems to be okay. Sankey. So yeah, I will keep an eye on them. Hi everyone, absolutely melting in this absolute scorcher we're having in the UK at the moment. First off, the video was with me last week, just showing you, doing some testing around the pond. I've been chilling this week, enjoying this fabulous weather. I absolutely love the warmth. Can't tell you how much, absolutely love it. So to conclude this video this week, or to start to conclude the second half, I'm just going to pop on screen like I've done here and just show you the pond in the background with me chilling here in the sun. And what I've got planned today, and I'm not going to show you because it's just me cleaning the filter. So it's now 4:05 Saturday, and I'm going to get off my bum in a minute. I went out for a walk earlier, about a mile walk with the wife. Went to a local pub, had a beer, come back, got me lightweight togs on in the sun. Been here for an hour now, just sat here relaxing, going on Facebook and you know, searching or looking at posts and stuff like that. So once I've sat here for a little bit longer, it won't be long. I'm going to get my pond hoover out, and I'm not going to show you that. Just hoovering the bottom of the pond lightly, not scrubbing the walls or anything like that, just to get the loose materials. Just getting towards the middle of summer now, I suppose, in the UK, so I find that if I give it a good hoover in spring and then a good hoover in the middle of summer, then that, you know, keeps it going. Because I found that because of the feed, and I'm not feeding that much at the minute, to be fair, once or twice a day, just manually feeding. Because I'm not on top of the dumping the water every day in my filter and pulling the bottom drain, I find I get quite a few fines. So they're building up a bit, and when the light looks on there, you can see the fines in the water. But I don't get obsessive with that. I just get to a point where it's a bit much, where the fish are swimming around and disturbing it. So today's the day, because it's red hot, and if I get wet, it'll dry really quick. It's one of them days where you don't mind getting wet and a bit grubby or whatever, with your flip-flops on and your vest on. You ain't got to wrap up. Just get in there, whack the pond hoover on, recirculate the water through the catchment net that I've got. I'm going to try that, so I'm not losing loads of water in the pond. And I've told a lie, because I haven't shown you my RO yet properly, so it's not time for that yet. But I've got RO going in there. I've mentioned it before. I've got an RO unit now with 2 membranes in line. So there's 2 membranes through the RO unit. So, and it's brought my TDS down to, it was about 200, which was not too shabby, 250, something like that. It's about 170 now, so it's gradually coming down. And also it's getting rid of the chlorine. It's basically putting pure water into the pond, and it's on a solenoid sensor that's set up on a timer, and that comes on for an hour for 8 times a day. And it's an 100 gallon per day membranes. I've got two in series 50 gallon per day membranes in line, so that's 100 gallon per day capable of doing. But because of the pressure and things like that, that will be reduced. You never get the maximum what they specify. It's like anything in life, you don't get exactly what it says on the tin, you get less. So with that coming on 8 times, that should put pure water into my pond, not chlorinated water, not water with chemicals, copper and stuff, pure water into my pond, and I think that's doing about, on that, I think I've worked it out on a piece of paper actually, so I will show you when I do a video. But that sorts out my water change over a period of a week without doing anything. It's just trickling in and out, pure water, like I say, pure, zero TDS water. There's nothing, it's just liquid water with nothing in it. Everything's been removed. So that's that. So yeah, I'm going to move the pond. One thing I'm going to conclude on, so I will get off my bot, and I will spin you around for this. Ooh. Let me just get my old flip-flops on. So, you may be interested that last week I showed you I got some fry and I was over the moon on my last video. Check out my last video, I was over the moon. Unfortunately, got some bad news. I'll spin you around now and show you. Got some bad news. So the water has gone, the greenness has gone now, so it's gone clear. But if you look with the sun, see all the fines? Loads of fines, especially when the sun is shining on it. But if you look to this way, this side, you know, not as bad. But yeah, it's just that time where I'm going to get the pond hoover in with a blade on the bottom and just lightly draw it, one stroke, let the hoover fill, let it dump, because it's one of them, it's not a, it doesn't keep running, it's only one of them annoying ones where it stops, empties. So one stroke of the hoover, let it empty, another stroke, let it empty, another stroke. So it probably will take me 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, probably about 15 minutes to do the old pond, and that will hopefully just clear the bottom. I try and do it slowly with the hoover, so I'm not pushing the hoover about, disturbing everything, so it's waterborne. I'll try and get my hose in there with the wide attachment and pull it slowly to grab it, but then after a bit I just think sod it and just get going for it, and then it just makes your water a bit crappy for a few days, but then it's settled down, it's a lot better. There's the... So Chagoy's recovered, looks a bit thinner actually, not got as much as a belly on now. She's got rid of her eggs a couple of weeks ago, but day after I shown you, a couple of days after, no sorry, within 7 days they hatched, and I'd actually got a fry. Unfortunately, the day after I've noticed that I can no longer see any, so I don't know whether they have just managed to get through this net, so they've got into the pond, and I suppose if they have, you never know, some I might find some in 4 or 5 months time. I might just all of a sudden see some small fish appear, you never know, but chances are if they've gone through the net into the pond they'll probably get eaten, I think. But there is quite a lot of algae on the pond wall at the minute. Here algae, it's not too long, it's at a nice length, so you never know, you might get lucky. A couple may have come out and maybe in the pond just hiding, but yeah, it was nice while it lasted. I'm a bit gutted honestly, because when you see babies you get a bit excited, don't you? Think, bloody hell, look at that, that's fantastic, and you want to do something with them. So you can see that this is quite a deep net, this is quite a deep net. So yeah, I'm just wondering if, like I say, there was a lot of algae on this, so I thought it would capture them and keep them in, but obviously it's not. So lesson learned, if I do this again in the future, if I'm to use this, I've got to put some finer mesh in that the fry cannot get out, because I have just I've actually on the side in my conservatory I've got this round little circle, it's got water in it and you can raise Daphnia in it, so I literally just hatched out. So I was about ready to start feeding these. As you can see, there is no sign of fry at all, and this is the 2nd week now, so I've been looking every day and I've not seen one. So while I'm getting my hoover out, I'm going to take this out and give that a nose down, and yeah, get that nose down and get it out. This will cause a mess, but the water now is, apart from the fines, really clear. You can see right at the bottom of the pond there, look, you can see right through the net to the bottom there. So yeah, the grow on pond down the bottom is doing great. Cleaned the easy pod out this week, it was absolutely filthy, so I've cleaned it out again. I'm going to try and keep that more well maintained. So on that note, I hope you're enjoying the sun. Hope you're being mindful, listening to the birds, watching the bees, and all good things nice. See you on the next one. Look after yourselves.